start collecting a bribe from one of the prisoners' family members. Today we will show you not one, not two, but more than 10 videos which will show how jails in Karnataka are in a total mess. What's really happening? Now this is the case not just in the state of Karnataka but several other states. Even in a place like Jammu and Kashmir, we've seen several such raids being carried out. Let's not forget what's happened here in the national capital. But what you're going to see tonight is certainly going to shock you that this is actually possible in our country at a time when there is increased surveillance. Let's take you through the first video that we have gotten from the Tumkuru prison jail, which is now converted into a gambling den. Take a look at this particular video where there is clear extortion that is taking place. Jail officers are extorting money from their inmates' skin. Now, this is the time when they are basically taking the money from relatives of these inmates who are basically coming in during visiting hours. And probably what we are being told by our sources is that money is being taken from them so that an extended time could be given, or at times not even during visiting hours is when they meet the inmates, and that's the reason why this extortion is basically taking place. This video has now been accessed by Republic TV. We are given to understand that this comes in from Tumkuru in Karnataka, where you can clearly see what's really happening right now in this particular video, where one of the inmates is actually giving money to the constable. Unhygienic practices while preparing food. Now look at this, how food is being prepared inside these jails. This is again in Tumkuru, where take a look at a closer look of how meal is essentially served or what exactly is happening. Now if you take a look at it, there is an inspection which was actually done, and after the inspection that is done, right now we'll try and play that video in a short while from now. They speak in Kannada, but they are essentially saying that this is what they deserve. This is the kind of inspection that takes place, or practices that takes place inside the Tumkuru jail. Now this is during an inspection. Let's move to the third, when the NHRC FSSAI inspectors food quality check is taking place again in Tumkuru. Take a look at what's really happening. This is the conversation that we were talking about, the conversation that they have with the constables. After having it, they say that look at this is what they deserve. So substandard quality food being provided to the inmates, which again is also a violation of sorts. There are certain rights that inmates do enjoy, but this is a clear violation of the fact that when officials who are inspecting, they themselves say that the food quality is this is the food quality that they deserve. Question is also being raised on the condition of the jail, and essentially what you are looking at right now is in Tumkuru itself, where the officials clearly ignore the plight of the condition of the jail. This is once again an inside video coming in from the Tumkuru jail of what's really happening there, despite several complaints now being coming in, even questions being raised on it. Now outdated jammers have been installed in the outer periphery. Now that is the reason why there are several reports basically coming in that this is in Belgavi. The fact that inmates are still using mobile phones from inside the jail. There are several operations that are carried out from inside the jail. Now this, we are given to understand, is from Belgavi, where there is outdated jammers that are installed, that too on the outer periphery. Now these are some of the videos. We'll try and also show you in a short while from now, while we get Prajwal live. We'll also source the old footage that we have accessed, the CCTV footage of where the party was actually taking place. Parties are taking place inside the jail. Let's put that out in a short while from now. Let's prepare and put that out till the time we get a quick answer from my colleague Prajwal, who's been working on this story. In fact, I'm given to understand officials have also reacted. We've confronted the officials. We'll play those out in a short while from now. Prajwal, walk us through this investigation that has been done by you. You've spoken to your sources inside the jail. You've spoken to a convict who's now out of the jail. He basically talks about what's really happening inside the jails of Karnataka, which seems to be quite dangerous.
Absolutely, Shravan. Now, this is absolutely dangerous as to what has happened to prisons, because now more of in Karnataka, the prisons have become palaces and safe havens for hardcore criminals out here in Karnataka. It is not only in Bengaluru where we are speaking about the central jail, which is the Parappana Agrahara, but we are also speaking about Tumkuru, Kalaburgi, Belagavi and Ramnagara jail as well, which has become gambling dens, party places, and also for these inmates who are demanding sex. It is being alleged by a former convict stating that women who are being booked on petty cases are being brought in as sex slaves for these inmates as well, and jammers are being switched off inside jails for the inmates to go out and make extortion calls, and this has been openly agreed by the SP of Hassan himself, who stated that two mobiles were seized inside the jail and extortion calls were made, threat calls were made, and also personal calls were made regarding finances too, and this was inquired. And apart from that, it is also being turned into drugs, a prison, a block where they are going on to consume drugs, because 5 packets of marijuana was seized from the Hassan jail as well. And from Hassan, it is being understood that 4 of the prisoners have already tested positive for drugs in the Hassan jail too, and they were taken into custody. And now, according to the Prisons Code Act, which has already been introduced in Karnataka, they have been awarded with 5 years rigorous imprisonment. And after this expose by Republic, we also tried to have a word with the Home Minister of Karnataka, Araga Gnanendra. He stated that the officials have been suspended pending inquiry as well, and some of them have already been terminated too. He went on to give the number stating that 35 officials have been transferred, 6 of the officials have been suspended, and 3 of them are put on inquiry as well. And he's also gone on to state that further inquiry will be ordered into this particular incident which has taken place not only in Bengaluru but also across Karnataka. Apart from that, he also went on to confirm that the threat call was made from Hindalga jail in Belagavi to Union Home Minister Nitin Gadkari, and Jayesh Pujari, who is the prime accused, has finally been handed over to the Maharashtra Corps, and an FIR has already been registered. And the Commissioner of Police for Nagpur, Amitesh Kumar, has gone on to confirm that the threat call was made from Belagavi. Why was the threat call made is because of those visuals which we exposed, where they are having outdated jammers, and these jammers will be able to go on and intercept only 2G calls and not even 3G or 4G. And we are speaking in an era where we are looking at 5G connectivity over here. So why are these jammers, outdated jammers, installed, and isn't the state government giving enough in the budget as well? Because now and then the state government of Karnataka has gone on to point out the fact that they have given specific amount of money for upgrading the infrastructure in the jails, but now the sad reality is being exposed in this particular interview that I also had with a former convict, where he goes on to state that for everything, if you have money inside the jail, for any prisoner, the jail can turn into a paradise.
Well, viewers, before we play out that exclusive interview done by my colleague Prachul, let me try and explain the pictures that you see right now on your screens and why it is becoming so very dangerous. And something really needs to be done. We are talking about extortion that is taking place inside a jail. We're talking about parties that are taking place inside the jail. What do you see right now? Full frame, we go with these visuals that we have accessed. This is, ladies and gentlemen, right inside a prison in the state of Karnataka. What my colleague Prajwal was basically pointing out, outdated jammers, that essentially indicates that there has been little to actually avoid a situation where inmates had access to communication lines. And that's the reason why we need to dig deeper. And that's exactly what Republic TV has done in this particular investigation. We have now spoken to a convict who's out of the jail. He tells my colleague Prajwal that if you have money, you can go ahead and do whatever you like. You can continue talking to people outside the jail. Some are even carrying out operations from inside the jails in Karnataka. Quite similar to what we have seen here in the national capital in Tihar. Let's play out that interview that was done by my colleague Prajwal.
What exactly happens, and what is the gateway to get all these sorts of electronic devices and mobile SIM cards inside the jails?
First of all, without officer concerns, not allowed any things. One pin also not allowed inside the prison, first of all.
Okay.
Second thing, in the chapels, cakes and visitors' bags, everything allowed. Mobile, ganja, drugs, tablets, everything allowed. For these concerns, prisoners and visitors pay for probe amount. Weekly once probe amount. Otherwise, officers is not allowed. If they not pay probe amount, officers is not allowed. And one more thing, if mobile phones prisoners for using, weekly once paid for that officers. Otherwise, every barrack jammers is going to be on. If pay the probe amount, every jammers is off.
Sir, let us understand this. Are you saying that there are separate jammers for each cell, or is there one single jammer for the entire prison?
Entire barrack, one jammer. Okay. For example, in the Parapanagrara Bangalore jail, having 18 barracks is there. Okay. 9 barracks is under trial prisoners barrack, 9 barracks is convictions barrack. Okay. Per barrack, one jammer, if they paid the officers probe amount, if they off the these things, jammers, otherwise on the jammers. And in the one barrack, VIP barracks means some rowdies, big gundas is there. In that barrack, gambling also going on.
Sir, we also get to understand that there are sexual offenders who are there as well, and sex is also offered to prisoners is what we get to understand. Some allegations were made as well. So how does this entire process takes place there? How are the women, how are the girls brought inside the prisons? Because we understand that it's an out and out men's prisons, but how are the girls also brought in?
Actually, I'll tell you the story. What happens, some fake cases, some not a original case, simply going to prison, that girls not able to take court bail and all those things. On that time, court bail not taken. On that time, what happens, police officers also allowed this matter. You want bail, we'll sleep together, no, so and so, adjustment. I'll not tell you openly in the camera. Right. Then in the entry room backside, one small room is there. There stand up girls linely. Which one you want, select. They will come and select. Night they will unlock. Officers unlock, come and finish the work. Then she will get the bill. Within 2 days she will be out. Please check it out. Okay. That is fake case. Actually, fake case she will come to inside. Not a original case. These things, ladies activities, sexual activities going on in Parapanagrara jail.
In Bangalore Central Jail?
Yes. Okay. Main thing that Mahadev Nayak and Prasanna, both of them very corruptive fellows.
Well, in fact, we'll try to explain some of the seizures that have been made in the last few months. And that will actually tell you the reality of the Karnataka jails, from drugs being recovered to mobile phone, SIM cards. All of that has now been recovered when multiple such raids have been carried out. Now, sources within the Karnataka government essentially indicating that they are aware of what's really happening inside the jail, and that's the reason why there are attempts now being made to overhaul the entire system. In fact, officials are now being brought in who are trying to clean up this entire system, because there is a cartel which basically operates. Take a look at this. This is from the Hassan jail in Karnataka, where they have recovered mobile phones, and what you see, these drugs that have been seized by the police when the raids were carried out. We'll try and also play out in a short while from now that reaction coming in from Karnataka Home Minister, who spoke to my colleague Prajwal. Let's listen in to what the Karnataka Home Minister had to say when Republic carried out this investigation. How did he really react?
ನೋಡಿ, ಜೈಲಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಹಿಂದೆ ಪರಪ್ಪನಗರದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಆಯಿತು ಅಂತ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮೀಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂತು. ನಾವು ಜೈಲ್ ಸರ್ಚ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸುಮಾರು 6 ಸಿಬ್ಬಂದಿಯವ್ರನ್ನ ಸಸ್ಪೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, 3 ಜನರನ್ನ ಡಿಸ್ಮಿಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಮತ್ತು 35 ಜನರನ್ನು ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಎತ್ತಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಹಿಂಡಲ್ಗ ಜೈಲಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಗೆ ಥ್ರೆಟ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಹೋಗಿತ್ತು, ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಪೊಲೀಸರು ಸರ್ಚ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಯಾರಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಹೇಳಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿದೆ. ಹಿಂಡಲ್ಗ ಜೈಲಿನಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ಒಬ್ಬ ಖೈದಿ, ಅವನ ಮೇಲೆ ನಾಗ್ಪುರದಲ್ಲಿ FIR ಆಗಿದೆ ಮತ್ತು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹಿಂಡಲ್ಗಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು FIR ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸೂಚನೆ ಹೋಗಿದೆ, ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ತುಮಕೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆದಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಘಟನೆ ಮೀಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು, ಲಂಚ ಕೇಳಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಘಟನೆ. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬ ವಾರ್ಡರನ್ನು ನಿನ್ನೆ ಸಸ್ಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಇನ್ನು ತನಿಖೆ ಮುಂದುವರೆದಿದೆ. ಹಾಸನ ಜೈಲಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆದಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪ್ರಕರಣದಲ್ಲಿ 4 ಫೋನ್ಗಳು ಸೀಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಗಾಂಜಾ ಕೂಡ ಸೀಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಅದರ ಆಧಾರದ ಮೇಲೆ FIR ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಮತ್ತು ಆ ಕೈದಿಗಳನ್ನು ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದು ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವ್ರು ಗಾಂಜಾ ತಿಂದಿದ್ದು ಕೂಡ ಪ್ರೂವ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಈ ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೊಸ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಮತ್ತು ಅದನ್ನ ಒಳಗೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸಿಬ್ಬಂದಿ ಯಾರು ಅಂತ ತಪಾಸಣೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಹಾಸನ್ ಪೊಲೀಸರು ಅವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ FIR ಹಾಕ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ರಾಮನಗರ ಜೈಲಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಏನು ನಡೆದಿತ್ತು, ಇದು ಬರ್ತ್ಡೇ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ, ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆನೂ ಎನ್ಕ್ವೈರಿ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ. ನಮಗೆ ಗಮನಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದು ಯಾವುದು ಕೂಡ ಸುಲಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಡಲಿಲ್ಲ ಮತ್ತು ಜೈಲು ಸಿಬ್ಬಂದಿಯವ್ರನ್ನ ಒಂದು ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಹೊಸ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಹೊಸ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಜೈಲು ಸಿಬ್ಬಂದಿಯವರು ಕೂಡ 5 ವರ್ಷ ಜೈಲೊಳಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಿಡೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಬೆನ್ನತ್ತಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಶಿಕ್ಷೆ ಆಗುವಾಗ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ.
Shifting focus now to the other story that we're getting to you tonight. What's really happening in Pakistan? And once again, a desperate Pakistan is back to its toolkit formation. Pakistan, in fact, is now carrying out what we believe. The agencies here in India essentially believe that there is some sort of a propaganda toolkit that has been prepared just ahead of Republic Day, and this is not something which is new. In fact, in a short while from now, my colleague Gursimran will be joining us, getting us more details of what's really happening and what does this toolkit essentially mean and what are they targeting? Who are the people who are really behind it? Right now, in terms of these terror groups, their activities, despite the crisis that they are reeling in, inflation at its peak, people are fighting for food, for a bag of wheat, the economy is in downfall, and recently there was massive power outage in the country. But Pakistan essentially has been propagating an agenda against India. Now, in this particular exclusive, there are reports which tell you how Pakistan has been planning for a massive protest ahead of Republic Day, and it's the Pakistani media which is propagating the agenda. Let's also quickly bring in my colleague Gursimran, who's joining us on this broadcast. Gursimran, you've accessed a document which is something that is in circulation. Agencies have come across. There is a toolkit that has been prepared, being shared with the media. What is it that they are planning?
See, Shavan, this is a smear campaign that was launched by the Pakistan, and not only the Pakistani establishment but the Pakistani terror groups are also part of this campaign. It was initially launched by Hizbul Mujahideen that came out with a poster saying that we will observe Republic Day as a black day. Followed by it was the Ministry of the Foreign Affairs of the Pakistan, which reciprocated what the Hizbul Mujahideen said, that how to spread anti-India narrative on the social media. Then comes the Belgium-based Kashmir Council for European Union that not only spread these tweets but also planned that on 26th of January, that is tomorrow, they will be holding a protest outside the European Union Foreign Minister's office so as to raise the issue of the Kashmir. And also similar kind of articles are being propagated by the Radio Pakistan as well as the websites and the news channels of the Pakistan on their social media as well as their TV platforms. So this is a 6-point agenda that was prepared by the Pakistani government, circulated not only to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, not only to the NGOs based in Belgium, be it the Kashmir Council for the European Union, but also to the terror groups like Hizbul Mujahideen that came all out in support of the Pakistan, saying that we want to observe the 26th of January, the Republic Day of India, as a black day. So this is the entire campaign that has been launched and now propagating multiple times using the mainstream media of the Pakistan, using the social media, using the fake handles that the Pakistani establishment has created, and also adding to it is the Ministry of the Foreign Affairs of Pakistan that is spreading this hashtag that let Kashmir speak. So this is what the Pakistan is now up to. These kind of multiple hashtags are being propagated by the Pakistan so that they can defame India internationally, and on 26th of January they can show the entire global community that all is not well in Jammu and Kashmir. But Republic has got access to these series of documents, the 6-point agenda of the Pakistan, how they are planning to defame India on 26th of January. Shavan.
Well, thank you very much, Gursaprat, for getting us the latest details. Before we end the edition of This Is Exclusive, tonight we get you a curtain raiser. Preparations have been completed to celebrate the 74th Republic Day in several states. Republic is now reporting from the front line, from ground zero, getting you reports all the way from Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, Kashmir, and also in the national capital. We'll give you a sneak peek into what is it that you're going to witness tomorrow when reporters across the network will get you a flavor of our country's Republic Day celebrations.
Preparations have been completed to celebrate the 74th Republic Day in several states with joy, pomp and dignity. The full dress final rehearsal of the Republic Day parade took place on January 24th.
Right now we are here at the Karnataka ground in Delhi, Kanta, where the tableau of different states are being showcased. This is from Andhra Pradesh, and here the dancers are dancing on the folk dance of Andhra Pradesh, and artists from Haryana, and they are also preparing for Republic Day parade.
Security has been beefed up in Kashmir for Republic Day celebrations. Republic salutes the valor of the army who've given their day and night to protect its people.
These commandos of the Assam police are being trained by the Indian Army to cross over various obstacles and also giving the best practices which are followed in the army. The Indian Army is making these commandos of the Assam police war ready so that at any moment they can fight.
From Arunachal to Assam, Republic is at ground zero to get you the stories of these heroes.
This is the unarmed combat training that is in fact being carried out right now as we speak of the women recruits who are in fact undergoing this training, and every day they go through this kind of training and so that they can be trained and they can become well equipped and better recruits and better army personnel as well.
Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Attempt to polarize using docu-series. Same players, same model, different falsehood. Shaheen Bagh model over BBC docu-series. Debating tonight at 9 p.m.
In the global employability rankings by Times Higher Education UK, only the following 6 institutions from India are ranked amongst the top 230 in the world for having the most employable graduates. IIT Delhi, IISc Bangalore, IIT Bombay, IIM Ahmedabad, IIT Kharagpur and Amity University.
The ABVP alleges that outsiders from Jamia are behind this toll pelting. Under pressure over the anti-BBC documentary stand, Anthony's son dumps the Congress party. Infighting is reignited in the Rajasthan Congress. Sachin Pilot and Ashok Gehlot fight for power. And Republic Day preparations are on in full swing. This afternoon, it's been more than 12 hours and rescue operations are still underway in Lucknow. Till now, about 14 people have been rescued, while 5 are still feared to be trapped under the debris. The UP DGP in a statement has said that the probe is underway and arrests are yet to be made. Now, despite a government ban on the BBC documentary in India, Students' Federation of India has organised a screening of the film on the 27th of January in Kolkata. The BBC documentary controversy continues to widen despite the government ban on the film. The movie was screened at the JNU campus, following which unidentified miscreants hurled stones at students. India has formally sent invitations to all members of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, including Pakistan and China, for the upcoming foreign ministers meeting, which will be held in Goa from the 4th of May. The Congress government in Rajasthan has plunged into yet another crisis. This after the Sachin pilot versus Ashok Gehlot face-off raged on. In a big lead in the Shraddha Walkar murder case, the Delhi police have said that Aftab Poonawalla killed Shraddha Walkar after she met another friend of hers. The police on Tuesday had filed a 6,000-page charge sheet against Aftab Poonawalla, who continues to remain in judicial custody. Massive protests have erupted in Bihar against the Deputy Chief Minister Tejashwi Yadav. Residents took to the streets against the government over delays in road construction and negligence. Russia's Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov has hailed India's independent foreign policy approach and described it as an economic powerhouse of its region and to a large extent for the world economy that cannot be dictated to from abroad. Amid the ongoing political unrest in Peru, the country's President Dina Boluarte has called for a truce with the Congress. She said, and I quote, "From the first minute I took office, I called for a truce with the Congress. Now I call my beloved country to a national truce to establish a dialogue table and set the agenda for each region."
There will be no election for mayor today also. So these are the councillor of Aam Aadmi Party. The BJP councillors have already walked out, and this has been declared by the speaker that there will be no election for mayor today also. When it was the time for the mayor election, we have seen the ruckus, we have seen the sloggering, and after that only the speaker did not left.
Attempt to polarize using docu-series. Same players, same model, different falsehood. Shaheen Bagh model over BBC docu-series, debating tonight at 9 p.m.
Well, good evening, friends, to this 6:30 p.m. live in breaking. Let's begin with the headlines first. The Shaheen Bagh model is back. It's same players, same model, but a different falsehood. Provocation by Tukre gang continues at campuses, stone pelting amid screening of blocked BBC documentary. JNU students blame ABVP while